Hey, and welcome to the Inmost Dens, map 14 of Doom 2. This is the beta version of this level, and you'll notice that very quickly that this level hasn't got that much differences to the one that you see in retail, and I think that that's because they understood very early they had a good level here and it didn't really need tampering with. So we're going to take out this Spectre here, grab the rockets in the wall there. We're going to take down a few enemies here, grab the shells here, and then we're going to shoot the chain gunner over there. Now, there is a little glitch. Well, I say glitch. It's kind of, if you know it's there and you know how to get over it, you can make this level a tiny bit easier for yourself, which is something I've done since I was a kid, because when we run back this way, I always thought it must be possible to run over this wall, and it turns out it is, because for some reason there is a very small gap in the wall and you can get through it. You can also run over the top of it if you can get off the step fast enough. So we'll come inside here. This area doesn't really change between the versions that much, except for that candle at the back there. That becomes a switch in the retail version, which makes sense because you need to click that to get out of here to get back to the rest of the level. So you can see that becomes a switch in the retail version. I mean, that's probably one of the biggest changes between the two versions that I've been able to find. So, did I really just do that? Yeah, so I missed the bony boy there quite badly. Need to work on my aim there, I suspect. So we're going to take care of the lost souls here. So what I'm going to do here, we're going to come inside here and we're going to shoot our way around. This level is highly regarded by a fair few Doom 2 players. It actually turns up in quite a few WOD iterations of this level, so this level obviously left some kind of impression on the community, which is really cool. I think it's a very tight level. I think it's very well designed. I don't think it's like the best level in Doom 2, but I certainly think it's in the discussion, or at least around it. There's a lot of hit scanners on this level, so you've got to be aware of that when you're making your way through. Oh, forgot about you. So this is where we were shooting earlier on with the rockets. Nice. Oh, hello. Forgot about you. So here comes probably the hardest part of this level, and it's the hardest part because there's an archvile right in the middle here. You really want to make sure that you catch this archvile before it gets its shot in on you, because there's so many hit scanners in this area. If it manages to get you with its fire blast, you'll probably die, because there's chain gunners aiming at you, there's shotgunners, and there's zombie men all looking to chip away at what little health you have left. But yeah, after the mess that was downtown, this feels like a very strong step up. Like, this is a very concise level. It's fun to explore because there are explorable bits, as you've seen, where you can kind of go off the beaten track and find some good things like the rocket launcher, and as you'll see in a second, we'll find a supercharge. All these water bits here are optional, so you don't actually have to do these. Get rid of the Arachnotron. But you see, going into the waterways here allows you to find some interesting goodies that will help you out with the level. Like I said, I think this is a very nicely designed level. I think it's a very strong level, and as you can see here, you can even go right up to the exit and take out a lot of the enemies here if you so desire. There is a hidden wall there that lets you go inside, but honestly, I never bother with that because this level's not this level's not even that long, to be honest. It's one of those levels that it doesn't outstay its welcome, and it's just challenging enough, I think, from a pistol start to keep everyone engaged. So we're going to take care of you. I can't describe what that pattern is there. I think they were just having fun with the sectors, but you know, You can come back out here and re-enter the rest of the level if you want to, but really this is... The Inmost Dens is a fun level. It's a nice palate cleanser after downtown, and it's a really strong step up in quality. I think it's a good challenge, I think it's really fun, and as mentioned, there really aren't that many differences between the retail version and this beta version. So instead of doing a PC playthrough, which I think, you know, kind of pointless when the levels are so close to each other in terms of the final status, but let's dive into the PS1 version here, as this has a number of differences. And the first one you can see when we look at the med pack behind us here, there's actually a little lip there that lets us see down to where the rocket launcher is. Now that's actually in the retail version as well, so that's one change that actually made it to the retail version from the beta. No idea why it's there, but it is kind of interesting. So you can see none of this has changed. We pick up the rocket bullets here. So we'll take down all the shotgunners here. There's 4 of them here. That's quite a lot. That blue armor you get at the start of the level really carries you through this level, I find. If you try and do this level without getting the blue armor, like, it's just a different thing completely. So interestingly, there's a berserk pack here. No idea why that's there. I wouldn't have said the level needed a berserk pack. So let's see if we can get over this wall here. We can. And as you saw there, we didn't even have to like clip through the wall or anything, we just went right over it. So if you wanted to, you could actually come up here and shoot all the enemies in the courtyard where the arch rival was in the other version. So you can see there's the switch, but this isn't even the same switch as in the PC version. So in the PC version it's the one with the red square switch, but here it's this version of a switch. So in all the versions this switch ends up changing to something completely different, which is pretty funny when you think about it. But overall this level in terms of layout is exactly the same. There's nothing too different here. You'll notice there's no revenant here, and that becomes a bit of a theme in this level because there's a few enemies who have gone missing, and it makes the level a tiny bit easier. And I say a tiny bit easier. I'm going to launch the rockets over there. So again, we're going to take out all these enemies around this little keep here. It even has the same kind of overall appearance, which is pretty fun in the PS1 version, because as we've seen in other levels, sometimes the layout's the same, but they change all the textures around because of limitations. But in this one, it really does like have the same feel going for it. So we're going to run down here. We're going to shoot the zombie men here. Grab the cell ammo there. That's going to carry us through the rest of the level, basically, that cell ammo, as well as grabbing the plasma rifle here. Gonna launch a rocket down there just to kill any shotgunners who are hanging around that corner. But one thing I do like about this level is that there's a lot of reward for going around and exploring. Oh, right, so when I picked up the chain gun earlier, these guys must have woken up. And you'll notice here there is no arch rival, there's no like big monster here to kind of body the majority of your shots. Like the arch rival isn't here, and they haven't replaced it with anything else, which is an interesting decision. I also like on this level that you can kind of get to places early if you know how to navigate those walls and how to get into the waterways early. It's a pretty fun level. Like I said, it's very tightly designed. It's one of those levels where you can see that a lot of thought's been put into how to make this level feel big but not be that big in terms of footprint. Because you could just run right to the exit now. You don't have to come out here. But there's a lot of reward for coming out here and having a little nosy around. And it helps make the level feel a lot bigger and a lot more deeper than it would be otherwise. You can see there's no Arachnotron here. There's just a Demon Spectre. Or Demon Pinky, whichever way you want to call it. Obviously, if you don't like hit scanners, then this level is definitely not for you. Because this level has a lot of hit scanners in it. Don't know why I was heading back that way. So, one interesting note from the Game Boy Advance version of this level, the end of the level here is actually simplified incredibly. So, they pretty much get rid of this entire area beyond here, and it basically just becomes like a... basically, none of this is here. The moat around the outside is gone. The room inside is completely different. It's very simplified. But here's that secret we were talking about earlier. It's not actually marked as a secret, interestingly. Okay, I shouldn't have tried using the plasma there. That was silly of me. But even the Game Boy Advance version of this level has the Arch Vial, so that's something to try if you ever get around to playing that version. But again, you can see the layout is pretty much loyal to the original version that we played. Overall, I think this is a very strong level. I think that in terms of the quality of the levels we played so far, it's definitely near the top, if not at the top. The Inmost Dens is a good level, and I think that after Downtown throws up so much disappointment, it's a nice change of pace. But what do you think of the level? Let me know in the comments if you like it, if you hate it, and thank you very much for watching.